PLC Network here at CES 2020. I'm standing with Carly here at the GoPro booth. Now, Carly, for one, it's good to see you. Good to meet you.
Thanks for coming to the GoPro booth
Absolutely.
today.
It's always a pleasure to stop by over here. Last year, we had a good talk with Chris. We were discussing, the 7 Black Pro, or Pro Black Edition.
Hero 7 Black.
Hero 7 Black. It was a fantastic camera because the GoPros, each generation, they always get better. And they've always been a wonderful camera. But it was last year's model that just all of a sudden popped and just broke through this barrier where you're like, okay, it's not just something I want, it's something I need. Because of image stabilization, the slow-mo and everything else that it had to offer. Now you have the 8 Black, and that is 2.0 for everything.
Yes.
So what does that bring to the table in terms of what we already had in the last model?
Yeah, so with Hero8 Black, we actually introduced a frameless design. So it's one of the first times we've redesigned the Hero series of cameras since the Hero 5 launched. And what we did, and you can't see it on here because we actually have our new modular accessories showing, but the footing that allow the GoPro to be compatible with all mounts and accessories is built into the camera now. So you can just pull it straight out of the box, it's waterproof, and you can mount it straight to any GoPro accessories now. That's something new with this camera. And you also mentioned the 2.0 series. So we introduced Hypersmooth last year. Now we've amped it up to Hypersmooth 2.0. We have Time Warp 2.0 where you can slow it down to real time. You can just toggle it on and it chooses what speed it accelerates the footage to based on what your activity is and your own personal movement and everything. We also have we've just improved the dynamic range, the audio, the image quality, everything's great. But like I said, this may look a little bulky for your typical Hero camera. That's because attached to this, we actually have 3 modular accessories that we're dubbing the mods, which we launched with this camera. So what that does is it takes, your traditional rugged GoPro and turns it into a production powerhouse. You have the media mod here that's attached to the camera most closely, and it has this directional shotgun mic attached, so that'll improve your audio in case you're doing an interview like we are right now. You have 2 cold shoe mounts on this media mod, and you've got our light mod attached to the side right here. The light mod allows you see the diffuser here, you can light up any scenario. So if you have some dim lighting, you're maybe on the trade show floor trying to autocorrect some things, you can turn that on. It's got 3 different settings as well as a strobe setting, and it runs for up to 6 hours on its own battery. And then finally on the top here, you can see we have a display mod. The display mod allows you to kind of frame up your shot. So if you're talking, you want to see yourself, you want to do anything of those sorts, you can now see, and you can fold it down, and it'll be the back display as well.
So it's starting to really look like a miniature version of our own gear that we have.
Yeah.
We have our own cage and the mount and everything. All this gear coming off of it and everything. Now you have it in a micro
So if I can do curls with this and it doesn't even bother me. It's just super lightweight.
And how bright does the light get? Does it get
gets pretty bright. You know what? We can turn that on there. So that's just one setting. Toggle it. You got a little strobe, and then we'll go ahead and save you from that.
You're right. So that was actually pretty bright. That was good. So it's great for close-up shots for sure. So especially on the face and everything else, or doing interviews like you had said, or maybe vloggers. They just want to carry around with a stick like this and use it as a selfie stick. It's extending, right?
So this is actually a separate mount that's attached to the GoPro right now. It's called our Shorty mount. Turns into a tripod if you so choose. But really what we want it to be is a compact vlogger production powerhouse that you can take wherever you would want to take a GoPro instead of having to have a rig like you have yourself.
Exactly. This gets pretty heavy. It's
not
easy in really tight situations.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now you also have the Max over here.
So along with Hero8, we launched GoPro Max. GoPro Max is actually a 360 camera, and what it does is it takes what we've been doing in the 360 space and it combines it with what we have with our Hero lineup of cameras. So it really is 3 cameras in one, is what we like to say, and it's a 360 camera, and then you can actually, instead of using, you have a lens on either side.
Correct.
You can actually choose Hero mode, which allows you to shoot from just one of the lenses.
Okay.
And so you get your traditional GoPro Hero footage. You can choose between the lenses, or what we really like to do now is call it a vlogging solution in itself, which makes it that 3rd camera. And you can choose to shoot out of this camera, see yourself on this frame. You can shoot out of this, and it becomes, it's got ambisonic spatial audio as well as directional mics. So you can have a vlogging solution that's comparable to what you have here with the mods, right here into this one camera. So it takes your rig and it gets smaller and smaller and more handheld.
Very cool. So the cameras are 180 degrees pretty much on each one.
A little more than that. I think it's about 186 or more because it has to allow for stitching. And with the Max, so With the Max camera, it actually stitches within the camera and gets put onto one SD card. And then if you go through our full solution using the GoPro app, then you transfer that footage over. It's rendered in seconds, and you can use our reframe, which is a keyframe-based editing technology. It makes it, for someone like me who's maybe not the best 360 editor,
right,
I can really pull it off these days.
Very cool. So you're right there. Everything's in your hand right here. You can go straight to YouTube or Facebook.
You can go straight to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You're gonna have to do a little bit of file transferring,
Okay.
but you can save
Usually
it straight
do.
to your phone, and it'll be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do Facebook Live directly from the camera.
You can do, yes, you can do Facebook and Facebook Live, as well as, you know what, you're right, you can do YouTube Live from there too.
You
Live
can do
streaming.
YouTube Live.
Yeah.
See? That's cool. So you're getting a whole lot in a tiny little package, and both of these are clearly available now.
Yes,
and
they are.
What's the price point between this versus this one? This one's about $400, right?
Actually, this guy's $499.
That one's $499.
And then you have $399 for the
So
Hero8.
this is $400, yeah. So
Yeah.
400. So this is a little bit more than that. So that's what I was wondering, because this seemed like it. With 2 cameras, it's going to take the cost up just gently.
Just a
so it's
tad.
$100, no big deal. So you get 2 GoPros in one for the
Three.
most part. 3 GoPros in one. You're getting 360 degree. You get live streaming, just like the GoPro, the 8 can do. You can do live streaming as well, Facebook, YouTube, and all of that. You're getting a lot. Does this have image stabilization as well?
It does, yeah. So it takes all of those 2.0 features that are on this camera and bumps them up to the max. So we have Max Hyper Smooth, Max Time Warp. We've got another feature called Power Pano, where it's just one shutter click and you get a 260 degree panoramic image. So the cool part about that is when you do that with your mobile device, and if there's any action involved in the shot, you're going to get artifacts in that shot. You're going to get a trail. With the Max, you do the power pano, you can get an action shot and there's no artifacts or anything. It's just a crystal clear image.
Impressive. No, I want one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So it's available now, $500, $400, available from GoPro's website, obviously from everywhere else, because everybody sells GoPro. You go to Best Buy, you go to Amazon, it's your favorite retailer.
Yeah.
It's easy to find. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
This has
you.
been great. It's really cool to see where GoPro's taking this. I mean, again, last year's just the introduction into slow-mo and with the hyperlapse. Yeah, right?
Time
Or
warp.
Time
But
warp, excuse
yes,
me.
it is a
There's
version of hyperlapse.
A version of hyperlapse.
Yeah.
And but just that image stabilization alone is fantastic. To see that improved upon, and we can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
Clearly. So, well, thank you again. It's
Thanks
been
for stopping
great.
by.
Yep, and we can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, cool. Have a good one.
You
Have a
as
good
well.
show.
If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.